expansions, and then it just gets abandoned. The absolute copium is just, I don't understand it.
Yeah, I was just about to come find you.
This is a
Let's see what it says.
eternal humiliation ritual for Xbox. I take
Now
pleasure
sprout
in
to
making
life
these
the
kinds of
story's
videos. In truth,
seeds, stirred by windborne
I don't
melodies.
have material to keep making these videos. But
Then on
the
that breeze, the
rapid
music
decline
leaves,
and
fading
more
into
than likely
distant
death of
memories.
Xbox will have ramifications
Seek the
across
place where
entire video
wind
game
and
industry.
tale entwine,
We
and
can't-
once
we can't
there,
foresee it at
make
this point.
3 riddles
But
into
suffice to say,
verse,
things are
and
only
3
going to get
melodies
worse. If
into
you've ever played
song.
the board game Monopoly, it's a game that's
For in
more
poetry
fun
and
the more
song
players
will
you
this
have,
story
because you have
start
less
to
of a chance of
blossom.
getting just completely scammed, right? The whole purpose of Monopoly is that if one player controls the board, the game sucks and everybody stops playing or
another
loses
riddle?
immediately.
All
And
that
with
talk
one less
about
player on
wind
the
and
board,
melodies?
the gaming industry inevitably gets worse.
What do you think the answer
Microsoft
could be?
has just flat out stopped trying. That's the most generous appraisal of how they've been handling Xbox. Is that they
So here's the thing, is that with less competition, the more...
Care to elaborate?
The less competition, the less incentive for companies to actually do well.
Wind,
And there's more incentive for them
music,
to just kind of
poetry?
grow static, to grow lazy,
Tone
to
deaf
grow
bards gotta
complacent,
know the
right?
answer.
So let's say Microsoft just 86s itself
You
for
mean
gaming right now.
Lord
That leaves Sony
Barbados?
and that leaves Nintendo effectively, right? In terms of gaming.
Albedo
Yes,
introduced
it's
us when I
let's
first
be
arrived in
honest, right?
Mondstadt.
It's like in trading
I
card
mean,
games, where, like,
someone like
you know,
me
the
was bound to
powerhouse
catch his
big
eye
three,
sooner
Yu-Gi-Oh,
or later.
Magic, and Pokemon, right? If Yu-Gi-Oh suddenly ceases to have players, which
It's better that it's out in the open anyway. Now, how should we track him
Suddenly
down?
you have Pokemon and Magic. Do you think the product's gonna get better? Do you think that they're gonna have to compete as hard to get your money right? It's just.
I'm
common
pretty sure
business
he's
sense,
already
right?
caught wind of
So
what's going
competition is
on
healthy.
here.
If I guarantee you, if
Why don't we
Nintendo
just
actually had
see
competition
where
right
the
now
wind takes us?
for, good
right.
competition, right?
He
Like, if they
definitely
had,
makes it easy to
something that
forget
was
he's a real
rivaling
god
Mario, or something
sometimes.
that was rivaling Pokemon, right? And they didn't, get litigious about it, right? Do you think Nintendo would have to come up? Do you think that they, Nintendo, well, Pokemon specifically is right? But they're often partnered with Nintendo, almost exclusively, right? Like, do you think that they would have to try? And that's the thing, right? So this is gonna, I think he's absolutely correct. This is going to have a ripple effect because this is going to have just so many effects everywhere else. Especially at a time where I guess Nintendo is potentially having to raise prices going into 2026 because of RAM and because of the new, what is it, the new...
Traveler,
Paimon!
Paimon! What a sight for sore eyes!
They're also going up in price.
And the
So
little
it's like,
dragon from
they're
the
gonna have to
fairy
raise
tale
prices by
world.
proxy, and it's like, you can raise
I heard
prices,
your
but how often
voices
do
calling
prices
out to me
come
on the
down?
wind.
And
Something
it
about
becomes a
needing help with a
very
riddle.
big
have given up.
Sorry to
That's the most
disturb you,
generous interpretation.
Lord Barbados.
More realistically, they are intentionally
Disturb me?
nosediving
Not at
this
all.
billion-dollar
To tell you the truth,
franchise into
I'm
the
just as
fucking
curious
dirt
about this
and
riddle as you
extract
are.
as much value
Let
as
me take a
possible
look.
that they can from it. That's the
Oh, it's a value extraction, 100%. I hate the phrase. I cannot stand the phrase value extraction because it makes me
What
feel
is it?
dirty.
Did you figure out the answer?
That's what's happening in a number of industries.
3 riddles and 3 melodies.
I guess I should talk about
That sure
this
takes me back.
standalone
The
rip-off
answer you
connect
seek lies hidden in memory.
that has beaten a $4 trillion company.
Looks like running to Tone Deaf Bard was the right call after all.
Xbox hardware was outsold by a little-known Kinect-style
Long
console during
ago,
Black
those
Friday week in
mages
the
came
US
to
coming
Mondstadt,
forth.
seeking to
They
test their
came
strength
forth.
against
That's
mine.
according to Circana data
But
shared
I
on
replied,
social media, which
let us make
suggests
music,
the
not
family
war,
console
and
Next
resolve our
Playground took
conflicts through
14% of the
song.
market for the week ending November 29th.
So I strummed my lyre
I
and
can't
sang
trust
them this
numbers,
verse.
right? Because the numbers can be obfuscated, the numbers can be, correct from a certain point of view. When we say Black Ops 7,
Oh wind,
doesn't
oh
have
wind,
players,
welcome
what do we
now,
pull it from?
my
Steam numbers. When people
guests.
say Destiny 2
Pass
players,
through
right?
verdant
Which it clearly
leaves
does. What do they say,
unseen,
right?
where
Oh,
shape
Steam
your
numbers.
formless
But hear me out,
self
and
may
this is a very
take and
reasonable clapback,
offer
one that I
up
myself
a
have adopted.
graceful
We don't
scene,
have
a
console numbers.
fleeting gift for
If most of the player
welcome's
base is
sake.
on Destiny 2,
Leap at the
Whereas
edge
on
of a
this Destiny
sea
is on
of
console, we don't
clouds
have
where
those
land
numbers.
meets
Yeah, I
sky
mean, you
and
could argue the player base
sky
has
meets
definitely dropped off
ground.
since
They're
Final Shape ended, right?
frightened
That's
off
for
the
a number of reasons, it
noisy
being the end of
crowds
a 10-year
and
arc.
bring
People are
my
busy, people have
guests
kids,
a
people do other
calm
things with their life, right?
profound.
That's fair and reasonable. That was
Fly
always going to happen,
beneath
right?
the
You finish a
stars
series
up
and,
high
we're
where
watching a new saga.
mortal
It's like, all right,
noise
cool,
is
whatever,
swept
Star Wars
aside.
sequel trilogy, right?
That, my
People
dear
watch sequel
guests
trilogy
with
because,
starry
I watched Star Wars
eyes
in the
may
1970s
share
and
the
1980s.
dreams they hold
I got a job, I
inside.
got a career, I got kids,
Now
right?
go
It's not
to
necessarily
where
something
I
at the top of my
vowed
list,
to
right?
keep a
I
quiet
don't
spot
trust
for
numbers.
them
I
to
genuinely
sleep.
cannot trust
No
numbers because of
clash,
how
no
fudged
contest
or
bars
how
the
obfuscated
way.
they can be.
Just
Remember,
tea
Nintendo says
and
they sold,
mirth
like, what,
to
5,
fill
6,
the
7 million
day.
Switch units or whatever?
There you have
Well,
it,
what
the
when
3
they say
melodies.
that,
As
and you
for
go
the
to, like, your
answers to
local
those 3
grocery store,
riddles,
supermarket,
I
whatever, right? Go to
trust
your
you
local
can guess
Walmart.
them by now.
Bro, how many Switch 2s they got?
The
Yeah,
woods,
Nintendo
the edge of a
sold
cliff,
5 to
and
7 million
the
units, right?
sky?
They sold that many,
Correct.
but they sold it
Funnily
to,
enough, your mother
stores,
was
right? They
also
sold
the
it to,
first to
your
solve it,
Walmarts, your
all that
Costcos,
time
et cetera,
ago.
right? Okay, so is
There
that,
must be
like,
some kind of special
you see
rapport
how that
between
can
those who
feel a
write
little-
stories
little
and those who sing them.
disingenuous, right?
A
You see how that
what?
can be a little
A
odd
cliff?
to think about?
In the
So
sky.
when Black Ops 7 starts saying stuff about
Oh,
numbers,
so that's where
I
it
mean,
is.
unless it's strictly
I
through
suppose
Steam,
the
you know,
spot
I
that
can't
answer points
trust it.
to is where you're headed
They
next.
have every
You should
incentive
know,
to
after
obfuscate those
solving my
numbers,
riddle, the mages
and
even accepted my
even
proposal
Amazon-style,
and made that
account
location their
numbers as
official
well,
meeting
right?
spot.
Like the fact that Amazon
And
still
going
keeps
by
coming
what
up,
your
especially
book
in
is
accounting
suggesting,
practices, is
once you
wild
found it,
behind
you might want to try playing the melody I just shared with you.
Down below.
Guess you can be pretty reliable when it counts, huh? Great Animal Archon?
Thanks for the help, Lord Barbados.
No, 100%. I comment after the video. But yeah, no,
Still
it's
got questions for me, huh?
But like,
Yeah, you must have read countless tales in your time, being a wandering bard and all. In your experience, why might an author consider a story unfinished?
Unfinished? Well, I guess if there's something left to accomplish in the story, or, if the last line goes, "To be continued."
And they were raising prices.
Huh?
And so Costco was
Wow,
trying to liquidate
your
it,
helpfulness
right?
lasted
This
for
is
like 1
100%
second.
self-inflicted
In all
by Xbox
seriousness,
Microsoft.
I would
This is
think the answer to that
100%
question lies in your mother's story itself. It's not my place to pry any further.
This is the only way I can.
All right then, we should get going.
This brand has been handled, and how disappointed and disillusioned with it I am. I take no pleasure in making these videos. Not only has Microsoft twice raised the price of their own console, they didn't even put it on sale for Black Friday. For Black Friday.
You have to understand, right? The South Park episode of Black Friday is kind of accurate, right? I mean, like, yeah, there were cases where people generally, beat each other up, okay? You'll see sometimes in some, like, comedy movies and stuff, grandma gets out, takes up her walker and starts beating someone with, like, it's a steel chair, right? I mean, that's very much the mood, right? But Black Friday for the past, what, half a decade at this point? Maybe even a full decade. Bro, I ain't getting out of bed unless that TV is at least 50% off. Come on now. You want me to go here for a 10%, 15% off? Bro, Steam has better sales on the regular. Come on now, let's be honest, right? Like, I think when I bought things on Black Friday, right, I got my...
Rise like smoke!
Yeah, I got one of those on Black Friday. Had it shipped. It's amazing. It's so weighty, dude. Oh, I love it. Like, yeah, I mean, I'll buy stuff on Black Friday. At that point, it's like I'm kind of expected to pay for the price anyways.
we're
But
here!
it's just the benefit that it's like
Now,
$60 off,
we just
right?
need to play
But
the
I'll do
3
stuff like
melodies,
that. But,
and
like,
we should be able to
because I'll
gather
buy
the
anything that
memories for the
doesn't
next
wander.
chapter,
What
right?
is it?
A musical performance. Huh. Out of all the things Miss Lisa has taught me, that's the one I'm worst at.
G32, I think it's an 04 or whatever, 32-inch curved monitor, and it was like, I think like $79 or something. And I looked at it and I'm like, this thing broken? Like, why is it so cheap? And they're just like, no, it's just here. We just have them on sale. I'm like, so I'm picking that up. Or maybe it was like 120. I can't remember. But it was one of those where I'm just like, bro, if the deal's good enough, I'll buy stuff. I will be a good little consumer. But come on now, you have to offer good deals. Black Friday is not what it used to be.
That's consumer's paradise right there. They didn't even put it on sale. They're not even trying to sell consoles. They are intentionally torpedoing this franchise into the... What's the lowest layer of Earth? They've successfully penetrated the upper mantle.
Yeah.
And they are headed straight towards the inner core. If you want to feel even more embarrassed for being an Xbox fan, let's suffer together. Next playground is an Android-powered
Yeah, this is Diablo. I had to think about that for a second. I hadn't played Diablo 2 until literally 2025. Oh, good game.
console launched in 2023. It was launched in 2023 and not a single fucking one of us have heard about it until now, which features a motion camera similar to Microsoft's Axt sensor and Kinect. It features family games such as
Even a war that shook the world could not halt the witches' gatherings.
for over a decade. They're competing with
Yet
Fruit
even
Ninja
so,
and
with the
losing.
passing of time,
And it retails
3
for
of their
$250,
teacups
but
no
is
longer
regularly
came to be
discounted
set.
under 200.
The witches did not linger long in sorrow, for the story witch had brought glad tidings of her own.
A fair value. They
Born
want
was
good
her
value for their
dragon
money.
child,
They'll pay the
safe
price.
and
Bro,
sound.
they're paying $250 for Fruit Ninja, right?
Her
People
fellow
will pay that.
witches offered up
They
their
showcase that,
blessings,
like,
eagerly
there is a
debating
market.
how to celebrate
Like,
the
you have
child's
to-
birth.
You have to play to the market, though. If you're trying to be this exclusive walled garden for a $700-800 USD console, more in Canadian, right? More in Canadian money, right? Like, it's like, bro, you're going to just not see the sales. You're going to see metrics peter off, right? You're going to continue to have to extract value from a smaller and
In the
smaller,
end,
a shrinking,
they settled on the
audience,
sweetest
right?
candy
Each
they
stage
could
is gonna work,
find.
right? Let's say
After
tomorrow,
all,
Nintendo
what
launches
could
the
be
Nintendo Switch
sweeter
3.
than the
How many
arrival
people- how
of
many people do
new
you think,
life?
even if the Switch 2 is sold, 5 to 7
And
million units, whatever
so,
it's sold,
the
right?
witches'
How many
gathering
people would actually
turned
adopt the Switch
into
3?
a
And let's say it
birthday
was actually, like, really
celebration.
good, like it actually had really good specs and stuff like that. Bro, we're like, no, people aren't gonna adopt that. And the people who do adopt it, right? it's gonna be one
So,
of those
we're
things where
back in
it's
the
like,
story world, huh?
Cool.
As if from nowhere, new guests appeared at the witches' table.
That's not how that works.
Perhaps they
You'll have a
too had come to
fraction of that
celebrate
audience,
the
right?
dragon child's birthday.
One of those things that it's
Yet
just like,
while everyone else was busy
it's
thinking
maddening
about what
because
kind
there's
of
really a market
gift
and
to
stuff, and,
offer,
like,
these
don't get me
3
wrong, there is the
seemed to have
expectation from
come
AAA and quadruple A game developers,
empty-handed.
game stuff like that, game publishers. And like, game
Hardly
development does
the
take time.
recipe
Look at
for a
remake,
warm
right? Or
welcome
remaster,
to a
whatever it is,
birthday
right?
party,
Like, that
now
takes time
is
to make
it?
something like that. But like,
A
I
gift?
genuinely think if we go back to just
Hey,
having
what's this
competent
all
games,
about?
Xbox
We only
360,
just found out
PS3
this was a
era,
party.
like Army of Two,
While the
Resident Evil
guests
5,
voiced their
right?
complaints and grievances, perhaps they should have been wondering what kind of gift to give instead.
Title or not, right? Something from
So,
that era.
we need to bring a
Bro,
gift to
like-
advance the story?
So cool.
Ugh.
Like,
But where
I
are we
think that
supposed to get
having
something
more
like that?
games, as long as the game does
Perhaps
something
it would be
well,
a good idea
it'll
to
be better than a game that
have a
tries
look
to be,
around.
Be appealing to everybody and favor
Why didn't you just say
everybody, right?
so?
It's ever since the Xbox 360 and PS3 era ended, gaming has been far more closed off. Look at the games we have nowadays, and like Steam's kind of the only exception, right? Excluding Steam in this, including Steam and PC gaming. We're looking at strictly consoles here, right? Do you think, reasonably so,
Could we use
that in
these
the
as gifts,
Xbox
maybe?
360 and PS3
At
era, even
last, the
PS2 or
guests
regular
found
Xbox
something
era,
to
do you
give the
think we had
dragon
more
child.
games? Do you think we had more choices?
Guess that's
Do
a
you
yes
think
then.
it was easier for people to put out games, whether they
Which
were
one should we
swapped
go
or not?
for?
Do you think that companies were
Still,
able
the
to
guests
realistically
wondered
take more risk,
what
right?
kind of
Crisis
gift might the
Core came
little
out on
dragon
PS3, right? I'm
really
pretty sure
want.
that engine spawned Kingdom Hearts on the PS2,
Should they
right?
put a warrior's sword in his hand and send him out on an unstoppable quest to save the world?
We adopted COD 4, Modern Warfare.
Or perhaps a wandering hero's slingshot and the promise of a life of endless, uncharted adventure.
Or you had like Force Unleashed that had a
Or
quote-unquote,
maybe
League
even a
version,
scholar's
right?
tome
Like, you
and
had
the chance
adaptations
to
because
take
for
on
months
all
and
the
Pablo, you had, like,
world's
Pokemon games and stuff like
unsolved
that, right?
mysteries.
There were so many more games. And don't get
Okay.
me wrong, we had our slot,
Wow.
right? We had
That's a
you know,
lot
some
of
pretty
pressure all of a
rough games,
sudden.
right? Some pretty
yeah.
shovelware, right? Then you might saw
Technically,
some,
we're
saying,
actually picking a gift
shovelware
for you.
showcases, right?
So,
Not every
which one
game
would
is
you
gonna be a
prefer?
banger, but
You
we were
want
able to get some
me
really
to
cool and
choose?
interesting stuff. Like, what's the one on the
Wow,
Wii?
this
Is it
feels
Mad World?
kind of
The
special.
monochromatic,
come?
like drawing with chainsaws, and then you get
For
the
as
red in
long
there,
as I can
right?
remember,
It's a very
I've
artistic
spent most of my
game.
time
To be
living
honest,
in the
epic
stories my
Start
mother
on the Wii,
created.
right? So
I
that
always
is
thought
to
my
say,
mother had
right?
everything written out for me
GameCube
already,
era,
just
Wii
like the
era,
toy figures
Xbox
in
360,
Constellation
Xbox,
Metropole.
regular Xbox, PS3
What
and
I
PS2,
wanted to
that
do with my own
entire- I think that was
future.
Gen, what, 6
Huh.
and 7? I can't
That's
remember.
something I've never
Like,
really thought
That
about.
was very much a
What
golden era
did
for
I
gaming
want back then?
Because games could be art. People could.
This is the first time I've ever asked myself that question.
Sounds like this is the perfect opportunity to answer it then. It's been a while since you left Simulanka, and after everything that's happened, it might be about time to start thinking about your future.
From the Xbox One and PS4.
Then let me give it some thought.
Very much more hype and very much has strangled out creativity in other games. And I feel like the PSP and DS era was where there were new IPs. I mean, I played a lot of the DS, right? I didn't play all of the games. Mostly, I just ended up playing things like Pokemon, right? But like, I think you're absolutely correct. And we had Battlefront, Lord of the Rings. Was it like Lord of the Rings Conquest or something like that? Bro, where is that today? I mean, part of that I think is licensing. I think that's why we haven't seen a Battle for Middle-earth release, right? Like on PC or anything. Because remember, Xbox 360 also had Battle for Middle-earth too, right? I think that's a licensing thing with music because they use the official track. I have strong opinions on licensing, but this rant has already gone way too long. I genuinely think that games used to be better. When I am having trouble, because I was doing this on the gaming channel, right? Because in the kitchen, I got like 6 episodes into Z-Day. And then I had my vacation to Oklahoma because I went to go see Yellow Card on A Day to Remember. I can't even motivate myself to finish Z-A. I love things like Mega Starmie. I think it's cool. I love it. He's a cool dancing dude. But when I'm really tired and I'm just like, I just want to sit and like move around between Cerulean City and Vermilion City in Fire with Leaf Green. Or I want to sit in Goldenrod City and Pokemon Crystal and just hear the soundtrack and experience things again. It's just so different now. And that's not even like, that's really not even like rose-tinted glasses. You know what I think it is? I think it's just because we're so stimulated and everything is so expressly
The guests hesitated, and not without good reason. Given how much this gift would mean to the little dragon, a bit of careful thought could go a long way.
Right now. So let's go Pokemon Fire, Red.
The witches went on chatting away, ignoring the empty-handed guests.
I'm very passionate about this, right? I want you to look at Pewter City, right? Let me move them up. Well, hold, that's not. That's a revamp. This is Pewter City. Is Pewter City really like 5 buildings? I guess 6 if you count the thing attached to the thing. Well, 6. Is it really 5 to 6 buildings, right? You have your Pokemon Center. You have your Pokemon, you have your Pokemart, right? Because back in the early days, they were different buildings. You have someone's house down on the bottom left, someone's house on the top right, the gym, museum.
In the end, the guests settled on the scholar's tome.
Sorry, I'm having to remember. Like,
So you're the scholarly type, huh?
I just feel like I should learn more about the way the world works.
What
makes you say that?
City and Sword and Shield. Shield,
I'll give you an example. Did you know that in Mondstadt, using fire to catch fish is a punishable offense?
From Pokemon Sword and Shield, right? I mean, it's the same vibe, right? Like, you have this specifically.
I thought she was just teaching me regular hunting techniques. It was only after Master Jean caught me and sent me to solitary confinement that I realized I'd misread the situation. So much of what's considered common knowledge in your world just wasn't in Simulanka. So I have to learn, or I'll keep causing trouble for everyone else.
Paimon's not sure that counts as common knowledge.
Where in this, yeah, you have the same general and it's all kind of explained, right? Whereas something like this, at least from my biggest perspective, you know, yeah, you're not like 4 people that live in Pewter City, right?
You should let us in now that we've got a gift, right?
Hello there. Brought a gift this time.
The newly arrived guest presented his gift, wishing the little dragon a future as a wise and accomplished scholar. Accepting the guest's blessing, the Story Witch invited him and his friends to take their place around the table. Finally, she could introduce them all to her dragon child, telling all in attendance about the moment of his hatching, and of course, the name he'd been given. It was then that the Seer Witch, diviner of the stars, withdrew her gaze from the heavens and turned a sorrowful glance upon the little dragon.
You gave him the same name as that evil dragon?
That's right. But the life I intend for him shall be very different.
What folly, to love so blindly. For as you must know, a name is the mirror of destiny itself. He who bears an evil dragon's name must also inherit the fate of its previous owner. His fate has been foretold.
Then I'll rewrite it. The witches at the table fell silent, for they knew the seer witch's words had never once proven wrong. Yet, just as clearly, they recognized the story witch's resolve. For there is scarce a force in this world more fearsome than a mother's love. At last, the Merry Witch stepped forward, dispelling the uneasy silence.
So be it. Then we'll all lend a hand. Together, we shall rewrite this child's fate.
You mean to defy one of the fundamental rules of this world?
I refuse to be shackled by such rules. Besides, this is a witches' gathering, is it not? What could be more fitting a subject for this occasion than to defy them?
Oh, sounds like an interesting experiment.
I suppose, were we to succeed in this endeavor, we might bring a touch of wonder to this otherwise dreary sky of stars.
The Merry Witch finally talked them all round, just like she had done many times before. Warm and strong as the sun she was. So much so, in fact, that those who her light shined down upon had no choice but to bask in it. And so the witches readied their gifts, 3 marvels of the cosmos.
For this child, I shall decipher the ravings of the heavens and lay bare before him the trickery of fate.
For this child, I shall leave a formula powerful enough to unravel the very origins of this world, that he may seek another solution for the conundrum of his life.
For this child, I shall call upon wondrous magic to make possible his impossible wish.
All the Story Witch had was the pen in her hand, yet with the love that flowed from it, she resolved to bring forth a marvel of her own. For this child, I shall leave behind the last story I will ever write, and with it, a path to an ending yet untold. With the witch's blessings given and received, the little dragon's fate at last began to turn.
I would argue is still a self-inflicted wound by Microsoft.
In the midst of the dragon child's birthday celebration, the seer witch proclaimed her prophecy. The child had been given the evil dragon's name, and with it, the burden of its fate. But hearing this, the Story Witch vowed to rewrite it all, for such was her love and resolve. And so the other witches offered their gifts in turn, marvels as rare as any in the cosmos.
It really feels like I'm being very...
Together, they sought to test one of the fundamental laws of this world, in part to support a mother's love, and in part to sate their own curiosity. Oh, and I almost forgot. Our new guests came bearing blessings of their own. Who knows? Perhaps this extra dash of wisdom might be all the little dragon needs to change his fate.
Even as cope, this isn't a good sign. No. Xbox isn't trying to be competitive on Black Friday. I remind you, the biggest day of sales in the United States of America, the world's largest economy, and one of the most profitable, valuable businesses in the world is not even
looks like we've completed this chapter too. Those witches in the story were the mages of the Hexen Circle, right? They sure seem to care a lot about you, Durin. Paimon kinda had trouble following their conversation. Just a bunch of mystery, as usual.
The evil dragon's fate.
Oh, is that what you're worried about? But didn't we already take care of that?
It's important to understand contextually that, like, he wouldn't make this video if he wasn't passionate about the subject.
Ah,
He wouldn't talk
the
about
mages must have had a hand in that, too. Also, I was just thinking, which part of the story are we even meant to be completing?
When people are just so apathetic to your product and they stop talking about it,
It feels less like we're filling in the gaps and more like we're adding something new altogether.
Still want, you know, titles like
But
Halo and
we
Gears
use
of
the
War,
ink, right?
good,
And the book hasn't given us any more clues, so that must mean our task is complete. At least for now.
Yeah, I guess we're doing something right.
Sure, but even as a publisher, the very name tarnishes anything they publish. Yeah, I mean the brand damage with that both Xbox and Microsoft both have right now is what, like,
Maybe I'm overthinking things.
For,
It's
like,
just,
Halo 7 or whatever. Like, that would have
this
to
is
be
my
an
mother's
absolute
final
banger.
wish.
I have
So I don't want to
no
mess it
hope
up.
for the Halo CE
Anyway,
remake. I have no hope
thanks
for
for
it.
all your help. I'll let you know as soon as the book
really
reveals a
bad
hint
feeling
about the
it's-
next
we'll see how well
chapter.
this does this video, right?
Okay,
I have
then.
a feeling it's going to come
See
out.
you
It's
in the
gonna be a
next
fucking
chapter.
mess. There's going to be controversy, AI or not, and it's going to be a bad game. And even then, like, I was trying to do a community night with Halo recently, and I feel like I distinctly remember crossplay with Halo 4. Like, because Halo CE and I think Halo 2, you could not crossplay with Xbox and PC. And I think that's just netcode things, right? Sure, whatever. We tried booting up like Halo 4 and trying to run between Xbox and PC, and you couldn't do that. Like campaign is just unavailable to be crossplay. Multiplayer is, but not campaign. And me and chat just sat there on stream and we're just like, I distinctly remember being able to do this. Halo 3 worked. I think Halo Reach works, but like, it's maddening that it feels like I don't know. Maybe, I mean, someone could probably say, actually, Kip, that's never been a feature. And you know what? I probably misremembered, and I apologize for that. I feel like I distinctly remember being able to crossplay. The fact that you can't crossplay in a game that is primarily supposed to be crossplay, right? Between Xbox and PC is maddening that you can't have someone with an Xbox crossplay Halo CE with you. It's only Halo 3 and ODST. Like, it's wild to me that